Season 2, Post-Apocalypse Reconstruction Arc Chapter 31. The empty world. The world didn't end with a bang. It ended with silence. No zombies. No factions. No core lords. Just a blank, broken earth held together by fragments of my storage domain. I stood alone in what used to be a city. Damien was behind me. "So this is peace?" he asked quietly. I looked around. Half the buildings were missing. Entire streets were gone, stored, erased, or collapsed into my ability. "I don't know," I said, because I didn't. Peace was supposed to feel soft. This felt like aftermath. Chapter 32. The stored apocalypse meeting was wrong. Inside my storage space, the apocalypse still existed, not destroyed, contained. Zombies still moved in frozen loops. Burning cities still flickered like trapped memories. Jason's last expression was preserved somewhere deep inside the system. Damien noticed my silence. "You're seeing it too," he said. I nodded slowly. It didn't end. It was just stored. That word suddenly felt heavier than ever. Chapter 33. The first safe zone survivors started appearing. People who had hidden in underground bunkers. They called me a savior, a god, a monster. I didn't correct them. Damien handled most of the rebuilding structure. He always did. "You shouldn't be doing this alone," I told him. He shrugged. "I've done worse." But I noticed something. He was tired. Not physically, emotionally. Like the world ending again didn't surprise him anymore. Chapter 34. Ghosts of Jason Night. I saw him. Jason, or something like him, inside the storage dimension. He was incomplete, glitching, repeating fragments of his last moments. "You ruined everything," he whispered, then reset, then again. Damien saw me staring into the void. "That's not him," he said. "It's a record." But it felt real. Too real. Chapter 35. The Reconstruction Council survivors formed a governing council. They wanted rules, order, control over my ability. "They think you're unstable," Damien said. "I am unstable." "No," he replied. "You're just powerful enough to scare them." The council demanded I surrender partial control of my storage system. I refused. That was the first fracture in the new world. Chapter 36. The first rebellion group broke away. They called themselves Free Earth Movement. Their leader stepped forward in negotiations. Noah. Alive. Impossible. He shouldn't exist. I froze when I saw him. "You're supposed to be dead," I said. He smiled faintly. I was. Inside the system. My stomach dropped. Inside the storage dimension. Chapter 37. The system inside Manoa explained it slowly. The storage space didn't just store objects. It stored consciousness fragments, memories, imprints, echoes of everyone it touched. Jason wasn't fully gone. Neither was anyone else. Damien clenched his fists. "So she's holding a graveyard." Noah nodded. "Yes. And something inside it is waking up." Chapter 38. The first breathed storage dimension cracked, not metaphorically, physically. A black ripple spread across reality. Zombies reappeared briefly, then vanished. Jason's voice echoed through the system. "I told you, I wouldn't disappear." Damien immediately pulled me back. "You need to seal it," he said urgently. I shook my head. "I can't." For the first time, I was afraid of my own power. Chapter 39. Damien's Shoiseth Council ordered Damien to restrain me. He refused. "You don't understand," they shouted. "She's unstable." Damien looked at them coldly. "She's the only reason you're alive." That was the moment he officially became an enemy of the new world. Chapter 40. The storage war begins. Council deployed containment units, devices designed to suppress spatial abilities. They failed. I opened my hand and absorbed them. Entire machines vanished into storage. The battlefield went silent again. Damien stood beside me. This world keeps trying to control you, I nodded. And I keep refusing. Chapter 41. Noah's warning. Noah grabbed my wrist. Something is growing inside the system. What kind of something? He hesitated. A core consciousness. My blood ran cold. That's impossible. But I already knew. Jason wasn't just an echo anymore. He was becoming aware. Chapter 42. Damien's confession again that night. Damien finally spoke without holding back. If the system consumes you. I looked at him. You'll stop it? He paused, then said quietly. No, I'll go with you. Silence. That's not a solution, I said. He shrugged slightly. I never said I was good at those. Chapter 43. The awakening core inside the storage dimension. Jason fully awakened. Not human. Not zombie. Not memory. Something new. He smiled when he saw me. You made me eternal. I stepped back. That wasn't the plan. He tilted his head. It never is. Chapter 44. Collapse of safe Earth storage dimension began merging with reality again. Cities flickered. Land shifted. People screamed as reality overlapped. Damien grabbed my hand. Now what? I stared at Jason inside the system. I fixed what I created. Even if it meant destroying part of myself. Chapter 45. The new beginning. He stepped into the storage core. Directly, Damien followed immediately. No hesitation. Inside, Jason stood waiting, and Noah's voice echoed faintly. You're not just a container. You're the gate. I closed my eyes, then said. Then I decide what passes through. And the system responded. Admin authority unlocked. The war wasn't over. It had just changed form. Season 3. System God Arc. Chapter 46. The gate becomes God. The moment I gained admin authority, everything stopped being real the way I knew it. Space wasn't space anymore. It was data. Reality wasn't solid. It was editable. I stood inside the core of my storage dimension, and for the first time, I saw it clearly. A system built beneath everything. Not just my ability. Not just the apocalypse, but the structure of existence itself. Damien grabbed my arm. Emily, your eyes, I see it now. I whispered. Jason's voice echoed from everywhere at once. Welcome, Administrator. Chapter 47. The world is a Philith. Entire Earth appeared in my vision like a floating model. Cities labeled like folders. Lives tagged like entries. Even time itself was segmented. Noah stared in horror. This isn't a power. It's a framework. Damien looked at me carefully. You can change anything now. I didn't answer immediately, because I already tested it. A broken city outside restored itself. Then collapsed again. Then rewrote differently. I stepped back. This is too much. Jason laughed inside the system. You were always meant to reach this point. Chapter 48. Damien versus the system. The system flagged Damien. Non-system entity detected, meaning he didn't belong here anymore. Reality tried to reject him. His body flickered. Emily, he said calmly, if I disappear, don't hesitate. My heart tightened. I won't let that happen. But the system didn't care. It started deleting his existence. Slowly, erasing him from structure. No, I whispered. And I stopped it. For the first time, I overrode the system directly. Chapter 49. Jason's final form. Jason fully merged with the core system fragment. He stopped being a person. He became a process. A function inside reality. I am what remains when everything is stored, he said. He attacked the system from within. And reality began collapsing again. Damien pulled me back. You can't reason with him anymore. I shook my head. He's not separate from the system. He's the system error. Chapter 50. Noah's Sacrificina entered the core willingly. Noah. Stop, I shouted. He smiled faintly. I was never supposed to survive the first apocalypse. I just got left inside the code. He touched a core interface and stabilized it. For a moment, the system calmed, then he vanished. Completely. Damien went silent. He knew. He said quietly, Chapter 51. The system chooses a go to final message appeared. New administrator candidate detected Jason. Me. Damien. 3 choices. 3 outcomes. Jason spoke first. Make me permanent. Damien stepped forward. End it. All eyes turned to me. I looked at both of them and said, I refuse your choices. The system paused, for the first time, uncertain. Chapter 52. Breaking admin release. The system responded violently. Unauthorized behavior detected. Reality started collapsing. Damien grabbed me. You can't reject the structure itself. I looked at him. Watch me. I reached into the core and pulled out the root code. Jason screamed inside the system. This isn't allowed. I don't care, I said, and I rewrote the rule. No system owns existence. Chapter 53. Damien's true role. Each system revealed something hidden. Damien wasn't just a survivor. He was an anchor. A stabilizing variable placed into the world to prevent collapse. He froze. I was designed. I shook my head. No, you chose to stay human anyway. That difference mattered. Chapter 54. The last fight with Jason emerged fully. No body. Just structure. You keep destroying me, he said. I keep saving myself, I replied. We clashed one final time. Storage versus system. Reality versus code. Damien fought beside me one last time. I'm not letting you do this alone, he said, and together we erased him. Not violently. Correctly. Chapter 55. System got emergency. System stopped resisting, then bowed. Administrator accepted. I became something new. Not human. Not system. Something above both. Damien stepped back slightly. So this is what you are now. I looked at him. I'm still me. A pause. Good, he said softly. Chapter 56. The final choice. System offered me a final function. Reset the world or preserve it permanent. Litamine waited. So did everything else. I thought for a long time, then said, I won't reset it. And I won't freeze it. I'll let it grow. The system accepted. Chapter 57. The new reality world stabilized. Not perfect, but alive. No more apocalypse loop. No more stored collapse. Just existence. Damien stood beside me. So what now? I smiled slightly. Now, we live in a world that knows it can end, but doesn't. He nodded. That sounds like you. Chapter 58. Epilogue. The girl who became the system. Years later, people told stories of a girl who could erase cities, a man made of ice who followed her everywhere, and a system that once tried to own